the first human walked the earth, another race lived here. They were not made of clay, but from smokeless, scorching fire. The Jinn were swift, unseen, able to move across the world in moments. They lived in tribes, spoke languages unknown to man, and inhabited mountains, forests, and oceans. But freedom tested them. Some worshipped Allah, yet many turned to bloodshed, corruption, and pride. War spread among them until the earth echoed with chaos. Then, Allah sent armies of angels to drive them from power. Many were cast into remote places, others to the depths of the seas. And among the survivors was one whose worship shone brightly, a jinn who would rise high among the angels themselves. His name was Iblis. Like humans, the jinn were created for one purpose: to worship Allah alone. They were given intellect and free will. They could choose truth or falsehood. Those who believed, prayed, remembered Allah, and followed His commands. But others turned away, chasing desire, whispering lies, and following their leader, Iblis. Their fate, like ours, would depend on their choices. For every soul, jinn or human, will stand before Allah on the day of judgment. The jinn lived in a world vast and hidden. Mountains, deep forests, empty deserts, and the depths of the seas. All were their lands. They traveled with speed beyond our imagination, unseen to the eyes of man. They built dwellings in caves, trees, and ruined places. But even in this hidden realm, envy, pride, and war filled their history. A history that would soon meet a new creation, Adam, peace be upon him. And one of the jinn would play the central role in that meeting. The jinn are not bound to one form. Some are tall as palm trees, others as small as insects. They can appear as snakes, dogs, or strange animals, or vanish entirely from sight. They have strength beyond human measure, and travel vast distances in a blink. Yet, they are not invincible. Their power exists only by the will of Allah. The jinn eat bones and the dung of animals. For believing jinn, Allah replaces these remains with food from paradise. They drink not pure water as we do, and they cannot harm, except by Allah's permission. Their lives are long, stretching for centuries, but death comes to them just as it comes to us. Among them are Muslims who pray, fast, and recite Quran. And among them are the Shaytaan, the devils, who live for mischief. The believing jinn call others to Islam and protect those who remember Allah. But the disbelievers whisper in the darkness, haunt abandoned places, and seek to pull hearts away from faith. Black magic, seer, is real and dangerously powerful. It is the art of using the unseen to harm, deceive, or manipulate. Magicians and sorcerers often take personal items of their victim: hair, nails, clothing, even objects they touched. These items act as a connection between the human and the jinn, who will carry out the spell. The magician recites incantations or forbidden words, sometimes tying knots in threads, weaving patterns, or embedding items into dolls or charms. Each knot, each symbol, directs the jinn to a specific target. The jinn, bound by the spell, becomes the agent of harm, obeying the magician's commands under Allah's permission. Jinn are invisible beings, created from smokeless fire. When enlisted in black magic, they whisper thoughts, create fear, induce physical and mental symptoms in the victim. If the jinn enters the body, it can cause hallucinations, weakness, confusion, depression, even illness. The victim may feel influenced, controlled, as if another will directs their actions. In severe cases, partial possession. The jinn may speak through the person or subtly manipulate behavior. Some jinn are compelled to act, others resist. This is why the magician often requires specific rituals or offerings to maintain control. Even the Prophet, peace be upon him, faced magic. Labid ibn al-Asam cast a spell using hair and knots, making the Prophet, peace be upon him, see strange visions, feel unusual weakness. But Allah revealed the secret, and the Quran provided the perfect remedy. Iblis was a jinn, not an angel. Yet his worship was so great. Allah allowed him to live among the angels. But deep within, pride waited like a seed, ready to grow. When Allah created Adam, peace be upon him, he commanded the angels, prostrate to Adam. All obeyed, except one. Iblis stood firm, defiant.
I am better than you. I am made of fire, and you are made from clay.
That single act turned honor into disgrace and raised the curtain on a war that would last until the end of time. Banished from Allah's mercy, Iblis swore, "I will mislead them, all of them, except your sincere servants." From that day, he became mankind's eternal enemy, whispering into hearts and commanding his followers to drag souls into the fire. Allah gave Sulaiman, peace be upon him, command over the wind, metals, and the jinn, builders, divers, and enforcers in chains. One day he asked, "O chiefs, who will bring me her throne before they come to me in submission?" The throne of the Queen of Sheba. An Ifrit from the jinn boasted, "I will bring it before you rise from your seat." But then, a man with knowledge of the book, by Allah's permission, brought it in the blink of an eye. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, saw the throne before him and humbled himself. "This is from the favor of my Lord." Years later, he died standing, and the jinn kept working, thinking him alive, until a termite ate his staff and he fell, revealing they do not know the unseen. One night in Makkah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was invited by the jinn. He went, recited Qur'an to them, and showed the companions the ashes of their fires at dawn. In another moment, a powerful jinn tried to spoil his prayer. The Prophet, peace be upon him, seized him and nearly tied him to a pillar so people could see, but remembered Sulaiman's special dua and released him. And Abu Huraira, peace be upon him, guarding Ramadan charity, caught a thief 3 nights in a row. who taught him to recite Ayat al-Kursi before sleep for protection. The Prophet, peace be upon him, affirmed, "He told you the truth, though he is a liar. It was a Shaytan." These are not tales. They are witnessed events, preserved, precise, and powerful. Jinns still try to eavesdrop on the heavens, but are chased by blazing flames. Soothsayers receive a snatched word, then add 100 lies. They whisper to magicians and people of Seer, a corrupt path condemned since the time of Harut and Marut. At nightfall, devils spread out, so protect your homes. Bring the children in, cover vessels. Shaitan cannot open a door upon which Allah's name is mentioned. As for fortune tellers, avoid them. Truth is in Quran and Sunnah, and remembrance shields the heart. The unseen is real, yet the believer is not afraid. He is prepared. Protection begins at home. Keep your house alive with Surat al-Baqarah. Shaitan flees from a home where it's recited. And recite the last 2 verses of al-Baqarah. They will suffice you for the night. Before sleep, guard your night with Ayat al-Kursi. A protector is appointed for you until morning by Allah's permission. At dawn and dusk, recite al-Ikhlas, al-Falaq, an-Nas 3 times. They suffice against every harm. Before sleeping, recite them. Blow lightly into your hands and wipe over your body, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, did 3 times. And remember, on the final day, Iblis will disown his followers, saying,
Allah promised the truth. I promised and betrayed you. Do not blame me. Blame yourselves.
Iblis and all who followed him will finally face Allah's justice. The flames of hell await, and every whisper, every deception will be revealed. His arrogance, his lies, all crumble into regret. Those who obeyed him will wail, pleading for mercy, but it will be too late. The day of judgment spares no one, neither jinn nor man, except those Allah protects by his mercy. O believer, your enemy is unseen, but not unbeatable. Hold firmly to the rope of Allah. Fill your heart with light and walk in remembrance, for no whisper can touch the one whose soul belongs to Allah.
If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and thanks for watching.